Hi, everybody. My name is Deidrean Anderson, author of the Troubled Billionaire series and one half of the book review duo D&J. You're watching my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload. I currently post videos every Monday, but hey, there will be bonus content, so be sure to hit that bell so that you can know every time the video goes up all along the way. Today we'll be discussing how to publish your books wide using a company called Draft2Digital. If you watched my video a few weeks ago, you'll know that I did a step-by-step walkthrough of publishing through Amazon KDP. I'll drop that link somewhere above and below for you. So go ahead and check that video out if that's the route that you're wanting to go. But if you see your books going on all platforms, so you want your book on Apple Books, Kobo, you want your book in libraries, then this video will help you out with that. Now, this is not the only way to get your books wide, but it is a plausible way, and it's the way that I've decided to use with my latest release, Falling for Heat. So if you want to figure out how I did that, then go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is that you want to go onto the website we will be using, and that's called Draft2, that's the number 2, digital.com. So again, I'll put the link somewhere along the screen here so that you can follow along if you're doing it now. And yeah, so it's Draft2, the number 2, digital.com. When you get here, the sign up process is pretty straightforward. Again, if you watch that Amazon KDP video, the sign up process is pretty on par with that one. So you're going to hit the sign up button if it's the first time you've come here, and then you're going to fill the form in. It's essentially your personal details and your email. So you'll go ahead and fill that in, and then there will be a tax form for you to fill out. Don't worry, the tax form isn't complicated, guys. It's simply you entering your name, address, and the country you live in. And depending on what country that is, it will determine how much tax you pay, essentially, from your royalties, just as with Amazon. So if you live in a country that has a tax treaty with the United States, then you may pay reduced taxes or you may pay no taxes, depending on your situation. Now, it could be anywhere from 0% to about, I think it was 30 or 35%. Don't quote me on that one. It just depends on the country you live in. It's standard across the board. So get that done, and once you get that done, then it will take you to the Draft2Digital platform. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like right now because I already have an account. So once you log in, you will be taken to the platform. Now, for me, you see the Falling for Heat here because I decided to use Draft2Digital for my latest release to get it wide. So you should be able to find my books on all platforms soon. It hasn't been published on all platforms. Yes, it's still in the publishing process because of COVID-19, so things are a little bit slow. But currently, it's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Kobo. It's on Tolino. It's also on Vivlio. Sorry, it will be on Scribd, Apple Books, Kobo, Google Play. It will be in libraries, Hoopla, Biblioteca. It will be on every website you can think about that does books. It will be there. So if you want to get your books just like this, the first thing you do is that you go ahead and you click add new book. All right, so when this comes up, it's essentially you just filling in the details of your book, pretty similar to over at Amazon. So you go ahead, if you don't have a cover yet, then you select you don't have a cover yet, right? If this is just a pre-order, if you're just putting in like a placeholder, you can if you don't have a cover yet, you can click you don't have a cover and they'll do a placeholder. For this purposes, we'll just go ahead and put a cover up, or let's put we don't have a cover yet, right? So you'll see that you can still go through in case you just want to figure things out, or if this is a pre-order and you don't have one yet. So what happens is that they'll put a generic template there, a generic thumbnail, so you can still get your books up for like pre-order. And then when you get your cover, you can come in and you can edit it. The great thing about Draft2Digital, just like KDP, you can come in and edit your information at any time during the process. Even after you published, you can change your price, you can go in and make tweaks. It's amazing. It's very flexible, so and you don't have to pay for those edits. So let's continue. So you'll enter the title of your book here. Let's just redo it for falling for heat like we did before. So let's say it's falling for, or you know what? No, let's not do that. So because we don't want to create a duplicate. So let's say we have a book called Falling for My College Professor. All right, so that's a good one. Never know, that might come up in the series. Never know, never know. Okay, so say that's our book title here, right? So right off the bat, we know that this is going to be a student and a teacher romance. We know that it may have a little age gap. So those are things you want to keep in mind when you're coming up with your keywords and coming up with basically the bizacs or the shelf that you want your book to be on in these bookstores. All right, so is this a part of a series? Yeah, let's just say it's a part of our Trouble Billionaire series. All right, and this way we already have a book 1. The volume number is the number in the series that you want. So if this is book 2, then you put book 2. If it's book 3 and so forth, that's the number you put here, right? The publisher, I publish as myself. So I'm the publisher. I also have a company called Delagia Press, but for the purposes of this video, we'll leave it as my name because it is a self-published or an independent published book. The search terms here, these are your keywords. Now at any point in time, if you forget what I tell you these are, you can always put your mouse over the question marks beside it and it'll give you a small synopsis of what should be in this field. I told you guys, it's really simple. It's really simple. So we'll go ahead for the search terms for this book. We'll say, let's go ahead and say maybe teacher romance. Again, these keywords they've not been researched. I'm just putting random keywords here so that we can go on the process. Now it could be as little as 3 keywords. It could be as much as you want, really, depending on the platform. Every platform will use different keyword terms. Some platforms may only use the first 3, some platforms might use the first 5. So you want to be sure that the first few keywords you have there is on point. You don't want to just put random keywords at the top, because if the company that you're publishing to, for example, they may have different criteria. So for example, Apple Books may use the first 3 versus Amazon that may use the first 5. So you want to be sure that it's in the order, it's prioritized in the order of relevancy to your book. So you don't want to be putting out a fairy tale romance and you have fantasy as your first keyword, because that won't work. So let's continue. Let's say college. Let's say age gap or age gap romance. And one more, let's say contemporary. No, that's a wide one. Let's say billionaire romance. All right, so we have some keywords here. I'm just gonna leave it with 5 for now, but as I said, you can enter as many as you want in there, but remember that you may only the first few may get selected depending on the platform. All right, so next we have the bizacs. The bizacs is essentially a fancy way of saying bookshelf. So it's our category. So it's a category your book will be in. That's the shelf that your book will sit on in these stores. So if someone was to walk into a store, well, this is your ebook, so they won't be walking in, but follow me here. If somebody should walk in the store, when you walk into a bookstore, you know you're looking for a specific book, you're looking for a romance novel, you're looking for a specific, you can be very specific with this subject list, and I love that because it puts you in the exact category that you want to be in based on the website. So if you want to be sure that on Barnes and Noble, on you can publish to Amazon through this, but I would recommend going directly through KDP for the Amazon ones and just not picking Amazon here. I'll show you how to do that when we get to that page, but that's what I did because Amazon gives more royalties for Amazon purchases. So you don't want to go through Amazon through a third party because that just wouldn't make sense financially. And hey, I am about the finances and I know you will be too. So be smart, guys. You can do it if you want to have everything in one place, go for it. But it's not that hard to publish on KDP as you saw, so you can easily go to Amazon through Amazon and do everything else here. Hey, if you really had the time and if you really wanted to, you could go to every single outlet when you release and put them on there by yourself, and then you cut out the middleman. But if you're like me, that you're strapped for time and you want something simple, Draft2Digital is the perfect option. So let's continue. Alright, so for this, we're going to say, and if you don't know what categories are here, you can always just scroll down and press the question marks. The wow, question marks. It's early, guys. Bear with me. You can always just scroll down and press the plus signs, and it will open up, and you can browse that way. But this is a long list, so we know right off the bat that we're writing a romance, right? So let's search for romance. All right, when you search for romance, there it is. It automatically narrows the list. So you're here and you can easily see what you want. So it's a romance, it's not a graphic novel. Yeah, it will do family relationships, sort of, but then you know that family relationships is a non-fiction genre. And this is definitely fiction. It's coming from our heads, we're making it up. So let's go with fiction. Alright, then you go in fiction, you have two categories. You have Christian romance, you have Christian, and you have just general romance. Now, let's pick general romance for this one. If you are picking a Christian romance, then you go with that one. Alright, and so we know it's a contemporary. Let's see if there's anything further here. Well, let's pick contemporary first because we know we're writing a contemporary. Another good thing about this is that if you have multiple keywords here, you can arrange them accordingly on this side. Now, as with the keywords, there will be companies that only use the first keyword or the first few keywords, so be sure that it's prioritized in the order you want the book to appear. I think it's Apple Books. I don't remember if it's Apple Books or Kobo right now. Shoot. But I do know that either Apple Books or Kobo only uses the first keyword, the first category that you put here. So be sure that the best category is in the first position. Alright, now I have romance, but I want to know if there's any way to get it. If there's any way to get it even more geared. So let's play around with some things here and let's search really quickly. So teacher, then you get education. I don't think this is the way I want to go because this is going to be like a non-fiction category, right? So no, maybe age gap. Let's see if we have like an age gap, like age gap romance. No. Maybe forbidden because like it's teacher students, right? So forbidden. Am I not spelling it right? Nope. Yes, it's spelled right. Okay. So, okay, let's go back into romance and see what we have there. Let's just go through the categories and pick because that's an option available to us. Alright, so we're going contemporary. Let's make it clean. So that's what I write anyway. So let's make it clean. It's contemporary. Again, I write interracial romance at all times because I gotta get some black woman some love. So we'll pick that one. Let's make it a comedy because who doesn't like to laugh? Um, and I want to pick at least one more category. Just like the keywords, you can pick as many as you want here, but just remember, it's I'll say it's good to pick between 3 and 5. 5 being my top number in both these. So 3 or 5. Um, Keywords, you can go wild, you can go crazy because different outlets will use different ones. Let's do African American. All right, and then now over here we want to arrange them in the order we want them to appear. It's going to be funny, it's going to be a funny book, so like I want it to have romantic comedy as the first one. Then we'll have interracial. We'll follow that by clean and wholesome. And we'll put African American above contemporary only because I know contemporary is a wide category and I don't want my books really to be lost in that. So I'll go with this order for now and we'll click start ebook. Alright, so now it's going to remind you, hey, you have no cover on file. Was that an error? If that was an error, you can go ahead and click here and you can update your cover. You can upload your cover. But because we purposely didn't put a cover, we'll go ahead and we'll continue. Alright, so it's here as well. So if you wanted to add a cover, you could. Now, ebook release date. There it is. It's telling you if you don't put a release date, it's going to release today. As soon as you hit publish, it's going to go ahead and publish. So let's change that because we don't want that to be the case. So let's say we're putting up a pre-order for 2 months. So our book is going to be Christmas themed and it's going to be coming out on December 11th. Right? Why not? Alright, and then you'll have your ebook description. You can write whatever you want here. The perfect thing about Draft2Digital is that you can actually customize the formatting right here in this very box. So unlike Amazon where you have to go to another website and get the HTML, or if you know HTML you have to code it in right in the box, you can actually do the formatting here. So for now we'll just write a sentence because we want to continue. It has to be a minimum of a certain amount of characters. I think it's like 150. So we'll go and we'll write, this book is a sample for a Draft2Digital tutorial. Tutorial. Alright, perfect. And now because this is our only line, we want it to be eye-catchy, right? So we want it to be bold, we want it to be in italics. Hey, we can also underline it. Perfect. So this is what they'll see on the platforms. Alright, now we're going down here. Now here you want to add any contributors that you have. So if you had a co-writer, you want to credit your if you had a deal with your editor to credit them on the book and you feel so obliged, go for it. If you have narrators, because you're going to have an audiobook, you can go ahead and you can credit anyone you want here. This is the spot to do it. Alright, so we aren't crediting anyone in this book because we wrote it by ourselves. We were lone wolves and we're not going to credit our editor. We're going to give them a note on our copyright page or in the back of the book in our acknowledgement. So hey, we're moving right along. Now we get to the ISBNs. Now I spoke a lot more about ISBNs there in my previous video when discussing KDP, but essentially if you went ahead and you purchased an ISBN from Boker, or if you purchased an ISBN from whatever outlet sells ISBNs in your country, or if you're a Canadian and you got that ISBN free, you can go ahead and select I want to use my own ISBN and provide the ISBN here. If you do not yet have an ISBN and you say, hey, you just want to use one from Draft2Digital, the perfect thing is Draft2Digital, much like KDP, will assign you an ISBN here for free and you are able to use their ISBN. What's the catch, you may say? It's not really a catch. They provide you with an ISBN for using their service. So if you would like to go ahead and use their ISBN, you're free to. I use my own ISBN because I am a free spirit. So if in the future I decide to remove my book from Draft2Digital and go to the outlets on my own, I want to have that flexibility to know I already have an ISBN. If you draw your book from the platform, it's not really ethical. I'm pretty sure it probably goes against their terms of service to go with their ISBN because the ISBN was given to you for using their service. So, but for the purposes of this video, we'll go ahead and say give me a free ISBN, and we'll click save and continue. Oh, your description must be at least 50 characters long. Alright, let's just... Okay. Do not do this for your description, guys. I'm just gonna copy some stuff and put in because we gotta move on. So we're gonna just copy on this page. We're gonna have a very jumbled description. Perfect. So let's just move on here. Alright, so again, it's warning you a lot of times because they don't want you to have any errors, right? So you're saying looking to edit your cover, you can do that if you're really sure. So until we have a document, we cannot offer you customization options. Oh, did I not put the document in? Whoops, go back here. Oh, so we didn't upload our book file. See, it's perfect every step of the way. If you do an error, they'll tell you. So we didn't upload our book file, so we need to upload a file here for them to use. Let's go back and we'll, for the purposes of this video, we'll use, hey, let's use there was a book here that I gave out as my free newsletter giveaway. Yeah, I do give free books from time to time to my newsletter patrons. So if you aren't yet subscribed to my newsletter, go ahead and subscribe. The link will be down below as well. It's free and you'll get free books from me from time to time. I sometimes join with other authors. They give you free books from them too. And it's a fun time. I give you updates on my publishing process. You get free samples. You get free books from time to time. If you're interested in learning about the publishing process, that's the best way to go. I do appreciate each and every one of my newsletter subscribers, and sometimes your suggestions lead my publishing journey. Like Falling for Heat was basically a request from my newsletter subscribers, and there it is. It's published, it's ready for purchase. So I do listen to all of you guys. So if you aren't yet on my newsletter, go ahead and head over there. Go ahead and join the family. Okay, so that has been uploaded. Let's move forward because there are some cool things with Draft2Digital that you have to see. So this is why I decided to go with Draft2Digital, because I loved it. Now if you have a Mac and you have access to Vellum, then hey, this may not be as spectacular to you as maybe it is to me, but for someone with a Windows computer and someone that doesn't have Vellum, I think that the book formatting that Draft2Digital provides is a godsend. So with Draft2Digital, you're able to format your books essentially for free. Now, if your book didn't have a title page, they'll add one for you. Now, I'll take all of these to show you what they look like. Right? I have a lot here already. I have probably all of these pages already in this book because it was a completed novel, but we'll go ahead and take all of these so you can see what they look like, right? So the dedication, you'll essentially put who you want to dedicate it to. Here you'll write your short dedication to my loving, or to my lovely YouTube subscribers. Typing with one hand, guys. YouTube subscribers. Alright, so that's going to be who I'm dedicating this book to you lovely people watching this video. And then you can add an also by, where you'll essentially tell them where you want it. So we put the also by at the beginning of the book. And then you could put a new release notification, sign up, a teaser from your other book. The only other book we have here on is the book on Draft2Digital. So if you published your Draft2Digital before, you can include a teaser there. So we'll go ahead and include a teaser for you to see what that looks like. Then we'll have about the author pages. You tell them where to take it from. You can add information here. I'll just add some randomly. Okay. You add whatever you want here to be your author profile. For now, I'm just gonna write like this is me. You can upload an image if you'd like. We'll skip that one for now, or let's go ahead and upload an image. Why not? So we'll upload an image really quickly. Where do I have a good image to use? Maybe we'll have it in my newsletter folder. Let's try that. We go with this one. We'll open. That's me. And I do have a website, so I'll enter my website here. It's https and it's me. So it's DeidreAnnAnderson.com. That's my website. Let's go ahead and click submit and it will load. There it is. And we'll skip the about the publisher because I am the publisher. If you have another company registered and you want to put like a brief bio about the publishing house, you can include this too. Why not? So let's include it so you know what it looks like. Alright, let's go ahead and click save and continue. And then you'll see the really cool part that I was talking about with the whole book formatting. So while that finalizes there, we'll go ahead and wait. Here it is. So we see here a little sample of what things will look like. The first thing you'll see is a title page. Right, so we have this title page, and here's what's so cool, guys. You can actually modify your stuff here. So all of these give you a different style. Let's get in the book so you see what I'm talking about and I don't sound crazy. All right, so this is the second title page. Most books have 2 title pages in there. Sorry. So if you change this, then it automatically changes the images beneath it, and you can do it by genre. This was a romance, so let's see what they have for romance. You have midnight oil, you have subtle hearts, you have sweet bows. Let's pick subtle hearts so you see what it looks like. And so that it basically formats your whole book for you, right? Your whole book. So this is the dedication I had in previously, right? And then it goes right here to, you see the heart there, and it added drop caps for me. So all of this was done automatically with the click of a button, literally. So you'll have that there between all of them. I don't remember if this had in any oh yes, it did have scene breaks. So where there's a scene break, you'll essentially see a little picture here. It changes regarding what you pick. If you're doing science fiction or fantasy, you could have something that's really bold, like you can have the boxes, you can add like an infographic. It's just amazing. You can have dragons. It's just the possibilities are endless, right? And this is all for free. So hey, and the perfect thing is that you don't even have to be publishing through Draft2Digital to do this. Up to this point, we haven't clicked publish yet, right? So you could go through, add your book details, get to the customizer, and format your book here for free. Isn't Draft2Digital just amazing? Yes, for free. There are no catches. You can do this for free. And then when you're finished, you can go down here to the side. You can go ahead and you can download the MOBI file, you can download the EPUB file, you can download the PDF. You can get so much of these files here for you to get for free. Now, so after you've gone ahead, you've reviewed all the pages, look amazing, and you're good, you're okay with the dragons, you want to go forward with this format, you tick this button here saying that essentially you've reviewed it and you approve it to be released. sorry, you approve it to be released, and it's ready to go, right? So then it takes you to the page that everybody loves to see, the pricing page. So essentially, just like on Amazon, you put your pricing that you want to be here, and it tells you the royalties that you'll be getting. So this is what I was saying. If you wanted to, you could select Amazon here. Now you know that Amazon offers higher royalties if you go through their platform for their service. So automatically this is unchecked here. But if you want to keep everything in one place and you want to do Amazon from here too, you can simply tick that box and you will be able to send your book to Amazon from Draft2Digital. So you do that, you go through your review, and once you're ready, you're okay with the royalties that you'll be getting. Here you go down with royalty prices for libraries. So your library price is normally higher than your retail price. The library prices are generally about 2 times the normal price. They will give you a recommended price here. You're free to change it to anything you want. You could put it to $4.99. You could put it to $10.99. Whoops, not well. Let's not do 4,000. $10.99, right? And so just as above, whatever you put there, the more you change it, you'll see the royalty structures here, right? And you go ahead and click submit when you're ready, and your book will be off to the masses, right? So you'll have your book on OneDrive, Biblioteca, Baker and Taylor, Hoopla. You'll have it on Vivlio, Tolino, Apple, Kobo, Barnes & Noble. The possibilities are endless. You can even have it on subscription services like Scribd. You can have it on 24 Symbols. So your book will be essentially available to any person that reads on any market. If they don't read on Amazon, that's fine. They can buy it on Apple. They can buy it on Tolino. They can buy it on Vivlio. So the possibilities are endless, guys. Endless. So that's how you go through Draft2Digital. Let me know if you had any questions below, and I'll be more than happy to answer. All you need to do now is click submit and your book is off. Alright, so that's been the walkthrough we had here. I knew it was a little bit long, but I wanted to get every step covered. So I hope you found this video informative. Now go ahead and drop your questions down in the comments. Let me know if you liked this video. Smash that like button so I know that you like this content and I should continue doing walkthroughs like this. And I could do a walkthrough of Ingram Spark if you want. Let me know below in the comments. Ingram Spark is where you go to get your paperbacks and hardcover books wide. So let me know if you want to see that. If you do, I'll do that for you too. And thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Until we meet again, I'm Deidre Anderson. My new novel, Falling for Heat, was released last week and is currently available on all platforms for you to purchase. I'll drop a link below for you to grab that if you haven't already. I can't wait to hear what you think about that in the comments over on the platforms you purchase it, and it will mean so much to me if you can go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Now until next week, I want to see you next week, so I'll be back on Monday. Bye guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.